Hi everybody, this is Mythokaiji, and today I'm going to talk about some new Godzilla 2014 information. And this time I'm going to talk about a new Godzilla 2014 banner that's, I guess, France style, I guess you can say. And as well as the new interview with Gareth Edwards, which is the director of Godzilla 2014, and on the interview, he actually shows a model or sculpt of Godzilla's design, the new design. So yeah, first of all, I'm going to talk about the interview. It's around 5 minutes long, from what I believe, and this is actually from an Italian or French website. So yeah, but Gareth Edwards doesn't talk French in this. Just he talks normal, I guess British, but it has little subtitles in French. So, anyway, now let's start this interview. So, yeah, I'll be reviewing this interview. So, I'll link in the description below where you can check out the interview. Warner Brothers, legendary picture icons. Also, this music clips and all this is owned by Legendary and Warner Brothers, except for Gareth Edwards because he's not created by Warner Brothers and Legendary. Have those foot, stomping right in front of these people in the airport scene. Las Vegas in ruins. The whole entire tsunami scene of Godzilla coming to the ocean. Coming from the ocean, I meant to say. Warner Bros. Studios, Burbank, California, 9 April 2014. That's a clue that it's not the same language that us Americans speak. So I guess this was filmed on April 9th, I guess. Pretty interesting.
Bonjour, Allocine. This is the Godzilla production office. Please come inside.
And actually the quote-unquote production office is a house. And it looks very small. So I guess he works, lonely, I guess you could say. Not exactly lonely. But, I guess he just he also has his take on the movie also. So yeah, let's continue.
We have a lot of secrets, so only limited people are allowed in here.
I don't know if you can hear that, but he said that only some specific people can enter in this studio or whatever. Then we get a scene, an epic shot of Gareth Edwards going up, going up into his room, and he's going on the stairs. What an epic shot. I guess Gareth Edwards is confirmed to be in Godzilla 2014. And then we go to his little studio. In the studio background, you can actually see the Godzilla Art Destruction book. So I guess he already has it. Lucky him. And then we got the box that I already did a video about it a long time ago. What's it called? The survival kits. And then we see, shirts that says Wade. So, I don't know if that's like a basketball player or something. And then we have around 4 screens, where 2 of them have the Godzilla logo, and these 2 other ones, they have some pictures of Godzilla 2014. And then on the side, this is a giant frame of him, telling, Bryan Cranston and Aaron Johnson what to do. And then we actually see some big audios right here and some lights all over the place. And we also see he also has some SH Monster Arts figures, as well as Godzilla 1954 X Plus. Not really sure, but it's a statue, so probably X Plus.
This is where it all happens, is the edit suite.
Then we get a zoom up of, Gareth Edwards' son. I didn't actually knew Gareth Edwards had a son. I really did not know that. It's his best boss ever. Wow. And then we see the scene from Godzilla, just like from the teaser trailer. This interview has some footages that we've seen in the past. And this one being the Godzilla, coming through all these ashes in the end of the teaser trailer. Then we see, spikes, ripping the train. Not the train. The railroad tracks in half. The students, they're in the school. All these footages.
My name's Gareth Edwards. I'm privileged to be the director of Godzilla. This year is the 60th anniversary.
You're so lucky, Gareth Edwards.
His birthday of Godzilla, the original one.
Then we see the scene, he's narrating, but, in the background, but you can actually see the scene from the extended look where the camera pans up and you see the nuclear plant in, Japan.
It was really a metaphor for the events of
these soldiers carrying this bomb or missile.
And Nagasaki.
This soldier wiping out this white blob, liquid like thing on this material on this military equipment.
Japanese couldn't make it.
All these footages are there and there, right and there. All these around some places on this interview.
The West. And so instead
He also has a Godzilla cup too.
He created this fantasy creature that came and destroyed a city and left radiation behind. It was a very cathartic experience, I think, for that nation.
Yeah, more footage here, and I'm not really describe the footages because I've already described them a bunch of times in TV spots, trailers, what else? Pictures, I guess. All this stuff.
Nature is in our control.
And if you actually notice in this scene with the helicopters and all this, if you look in the background, you can actually see something moving. Possibly Mito, possibly, or maybe it could be this giant jet airplane, being ripped in half. But not really sure. But if you look in the backgrounds, there's actually this thing, it has a very weird posture and movement. So I'm not really sure what it is. I can't really conclude anything.
And not the other way around. It was really important to me and everybody that worked on it that we definitely had all the ingredients that for us make a proper Godzilla film. One of the success stories of this film would be if the film was embraced by Japan and did well over there, then it would be considered like a real Godzilla. This is him. I forget how much this cost.
Now he actually showed the Godzilla statue or the Godzilla sculpt he bought, and he said it would cost around $3,000 to $4,000. So we actually get to see the first look at the sculpture of I guess Godzilla. His face and all his nice detail. Just from his head all the way to his neck area. But overall, it looks pretty good. It does not look like the 1998 Zilla. Looks very nice.
Of Godzilla. So it probably
I really love the spikes and the chest.
Cost more than it literally cost. I think it was like $10,000 or $20,000 or something.
Never mind. It was not 3 or 4. It was $10,000 or $20,000. Wow, that's a lot.
Crazy. This is the original.
And then he has a X Plus, I guess you can say. An X Plus. It's like a statue of the 1954 Godzilla.
From 1954. So this is the Godzilla that everybody grew up with. And then this is our Godzilla. And we wanted to feel like that Godzilla is a real animal that really exists. And 60 years ago, some people witnessed him in Japan. They went running off to the studio and they sort of tried to describe him. They went and built this model based on the description. But now, in our movie, when you see the real animal, hopefully the feeling is like you understand how they arrived at that design. But, the hope is that this feels even more real. The biggest problem with Godzilla is if you're going to create an origin story is like, well, how are you going to magically bring Godzilla into the world? And the simple solution is, well, what if he's always been here? And you think, well, yeah, but we would have found him. We would have seen him. As soon as we had submarines, we would have discovered him. It's like, well, what if we did? And what if those tests in the Pacific with the nuclear bombs weren't tested?
There, that's where their plot goes, just like from the 1954, the 1954 scene in the main trailer where they talk about, the nuclear bombs were actually tests. So I guess that's where he added that part.
The important thing to us was Ben trying to find a character-driven story where the events of the movie are kind of told through an intimate family sort of drama. And we had this character that was really important to the movie, and it was like, oh my god, this is such a hard role to do, to do it really well. Top of the list was Juliette Binoche, and I was thinking, how she's not gonna want to do it.
Yeah,
so
Juliette Binoche is actually known for not doing action-packed movies. She's more of doing calm, peaceful, I guess, romantic like movies. But I guess on this one she actually wanted to participate, which was pretty odd, but also fantastic for him.
Email to her, like explaining my approach to the film and that we were taking it seriously and it was going to be an emotional movie that just happened to have monsters in it. And she read the script and she thankfully said yeah.
Halo
I
jumps
think
in.
everything is about contrast. And if you want to make something look big,
Survival
massive,
kits.
you've got to see something small and tiny. And so for nearly all the shots that have Godzilla in and a lot of the movie, try to always make them subjective, like from the point of view of people. And it's not always the people that our film is about. Sometimes, I like to jump around and just make you think, God, imagine being that person. Oh my God, imagine being that person down there. And then suddenly you're down there watching this thing happen and suddenly you're then back to being objective again. And so the perspective of the film shifts around a lot, but typically it's always with a person.
More footages, especially from the teaser trailer.
Of doing a big film like this is actually the same challenge as doing a tiny film, which is you've just got to tell a really good story. My goal would be that you sit in the cinema and at some point you have to stop yourself tearing up, in that either through the events of what the characters do or just the majesty of Godzilla when he's revealed. There's that feeling that I had from movies when I was a kid that I used to have every few months. It was just trying to recapture that magic of just being in awe of something. There's something so obviously scary, but also because it represents nature, there's just this majesty to Godzilla that should give you goosebumps. In the good and the bad way.
More footages. So that's the interview. I'll leave the link to this interview. It has French subtitles, but you can still view it, as English. If you're actually if you actually, want to see it. Or if you're an American and, you're afraid that this possibly might be, another language or something, you don't have to worry because the subtitles are only in their language. But yeah, now let's go ahead and talk about the new Godzilla 2014 wallpaper. This one's a French version, I guess you can say. Godzilla 2014 is not going to take place in France, but this picture is very interesting. This came up in GodzillaMovies.com. And whenever I click the link to this guy named Snowden, it just reverted all the way to the interview. So, not really sure if this is just, something that's fake, completely fake. So, I can't really conclude anything, but it looks kind of real, I guess you can say. You see, it's basically the same exact thing as the other one where it shows, Godzilla ravaging through the San Francisco skyline, except you actually see some buildings that, are from Paris, or I guess Paris you can say, or just France, but you actually see Godzilla's back, and you can see a little bit of his face looking towards the Eiffel Tower. So, overall, nothing too big or whatever, just pretty cool. I can't really say if this is true or not. Not really sure about this, actually. Not really sure. But yeah, there's some people in the comment sections right here who actually said that this could possibly be a sequel poster or something. Seriously? No. I think they just wanted to do that just to promote, kind of. Just to promote. But yeah, overall, very nice, very nice. I can't really, say which one's better, either that one or the San Francisco skyline one or whatever. But yeah, this is the end for this video. I'll leave the link to both of, the interview as well as this wallpaper in the description below. So anyways, and for this video, subscribe, like, and comment. This is Kaiju signing out.